All right, here we go. Good morning, everybody. It's 4:44 a.m. on Wednesday, September 17, 2025, down here in the Big Easy, and I am your host, the internationally accepted and locally respected JJ Ewing. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. I've gotten a lot of, I've had a lot of people contact me, and what you have seen so far online and what I've put out so far is very limited, but it's just kind of a little bit of a glimpse into what it is that we're trying to accomplish here. And having some of these conversations, it was, kind of brought up that I'm extremely political, and given the current political climate in the country, I've been asked a few times if I'm absolutely crazy and insane, which the answer to that question is absolutely. Absolutely. What a lot of people don't know is that, this is kind of what I've always done. And for a lot of people, again, that don't know, I actually hosted a radio show online 2 nights a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 10. And I did that for about the better half of 7 years. So while all of this and podcasts and video and all the extra bells and whistles that come with it is quite new to me, we're kind of taking it slow. We're easing into this, but that's because we're trying to do it right. And in all of this, obviously people are asked. So one of the first questions I'm asked is like, why are you even doing this? And I came up with the inconvenient truth a while ago, and it took me a really long time to get here, just to get in front of this camera to even talk to y'all like this, because I've been disillusioned with entertainment and media and politics and the likes for a very long time now. And part of my hesitation in that is that in doing my research and my due diligence in getting here, I went down some very deep rabbit holes that left me more confused than I was when I started. And that's a huge fucking problem. I think we can all agree on that. There was 2 glaring reasons. One being Charlie Kirk. The thing that the biggest takeaway that I get from it is, and watching the news and social media and stuff like that, since this abhorrent, disgusting, politically corrupted assassination was, perpetrated on a guy that I think was misguided but growing in spirit. That was a big factor. But one of the things that I'm happy to see is that online and on social media, you see a lot of the mindless lemmings, getting in lockstep with their respective political parties' narratives. But the vast majority of the people that I've talked to since then are all on the side of, what the fuck is this? Which I think is very telling. The silent majority is not in line with the people who claim that they're in line with. That's one thing that I'm seeing that's very evident. The other thing is that, and this is part of the reason why I have such a problem with media and the mainstream media and the news and journalism in itself, is that I was online and I was watching a video of a young man who had just recently graduated high school, and he'd gotten his first job in media on a newscast on a television news station. I would love to. I'm gonna have to go back and actually find the video at some point, but he was so excited about his new job and everything. And one of the things that he said that he was thankful for was that he worked with the most amazing collection of storytellers that he's ever encountered. And that's the problem right there, because news and journalism is not storytelling. It's reporting. It's facts. It's supposed to be factual. It's supposed to be truthful. It's supposed to explore different perspectives, but it is supposed to be unbiased, nonpartisan, factual-based reporting. And my opinion is that journalism died in America a long time ago. So that's kind of the basis for where we're going with this. The Inconvenient Truth, this is just one segment, one show of what I hope to be many more to come. And our focus is on providing content that's open, honest, politically unbiased and uncorrupted, and fact-based and checked. And it's also about providing a safe, non-judgmental platform for our hosts, our co-hosts, our special guest hosts, viewers, and the like, basically to be able to speak their own truth and have an honest personal perspectives and opinions on everything. Friend, we're going to get into news, politics, theology, business, music, sports, entertainment, and anything else that along the way that we feel like we need to address. And our mission very clearly is to provide insightful perspectives and truly respectful discussions, debates, and discourse that's devoid of partisan politics, devoid of partisan political narratives and propaganda, for people to form their own opinions on topics that in the mainstream media, finding the truth is becoming more and more difficult. Okay, we do not collect any data. We're not doing advertising. We're definitely not perpetuating political narratives or doing political endorsements. And I don't see that ever being the case unless, I don't know, maybe Jesus Christ comes back to earth and runs for president. So that's kind of, where it's at. And it's, as we get things together, we're doing this on a phone, a laptop, and a ring light. So that's where we're at right now. But God willing, this goes in an entirely different direction. And that's part of this is kind of also a political and social and theological test. I'm testing some theories behind this, which I don't really want to go into right now, but they're going to become evident as this thing continues and hopefully grows and turns into something that is for everybody, regardless of who you vote for or what you identify as or what your race, culture, or religion identities are. And it's going to be rooted in an objective reality as opposed to these subverted realities that politics and the news media and Hollywood and everything else gives us. So I just wanted to say thank you again to everybody who's reached out and commented and it's been very encouraging, and it's been very encouraging and very motivating. So the only thing that I ask, like I said, we're not even taking donations at this point. If that's something that you do want to do, just hit me up. You can reach me at 504-287-5885. 295-6091. Send me a call, text. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. Or if you have my Snapchat, those are ways to get a hold of me. And I'm also looking for people that want to engage in conversation. And I'm not looking for celebrities. We're not going to be paying politicians and podcast personalities and all that, from at this point or whatever. I'm looking for real people. I'm looking for real everyday people. We have some segments coming out where we have some guests, and these first segments coming out are actually focused. The guests that we've had already in, most of them are college age. Some of them were fans of Charlie Kirk. Some of them definitely were not fans of Charlie Kirk, and some of them have never heard of Charlie Kirk. And these young men have actually motivated me to actually continue to stay the course and to continue this social and theological experiment that I have conceived. And one of the most motivating factors to it is, and this is just purely from a political and social climate standpoint, is that the guests that I've had so far, I have been trying, and this has been like trying to pass an act of Congress, trying to find some young Jewish young men or women that are interested in the show. And and this is one of the things that's actually disturbing about this whole Charlie Kirk thing, is that, and it doesn't just extend to Jewish students, even Christian and non-Christian and Muslim students that I've talked to don't want to have anything to do with it. They don't want to comment on it. They don't want to talk about it. And I have had Jewish young men that have said that they will not participate because they feel like it is to their peril. Which, again, we're going to get into all this in future segments, but I think that's very, very telling of a lot of things that are going on right now. So again, thank you, everybody. I appreciate your attention. And like I said, the only thing that I'm asking of anybody at this point, if you enjoy our content, if you find it insightful, or if you find it inspiring, or any of the positive attributes that you can attribute to it, when you see us on social media, when you see us on Facebook and on YouTube and on Snapchat, just give it a like and please share it, because this I firmly believe that this is very, very important. I'm trying to as much as possible, I'm trying to change the conversation, and I'm trying to inject objective reality to all of it, which is something that there's a lot of us that out there today right now that are really questioning what reality actually is. And I think that's very simple. And I think that comes through, ironically, a lot of the work that Charlie Kirk was doing. So let's go. Let's get it done. JJ Ewan. Peace.